Can ChatGPT make you a millionaire and put hedge fund managers like me out of a job? Okay, so let's have a look at how you might do that. We gave it all of this data for 10,000 stocks, right? Let's look at this. That's actually, it was about 6,100 stocks, New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ stocks. And the kind of data we fed it was everything from our proprietary information, such as value, growth, income ratings, all the way across to turnover, employee count, pre-tax profit, so P&L, cash flow, and balance sheet, and all the ratios related to that. We fed it all of that data. So the first thing you're going to have to be able to do if you want to make lots of money out of AI is get hold of data. Okay, so that's the first thing. Well, what's the second thing you're going to have to do? Let me show you that. You're going to have to find tools to be able to manipulate it. We use Julius.ai. And what that does is allows us to plug in all of that data, a lot of data, and then question it. Now, you can't do that just with ChatGPT 4 Plus and its plugins, because it's got limitations on how much data you can ask of it. But some of these AIs and APIs allow you to do that. So that's the first thing we were able to do, was to take that data and then manipulate it. Okay, so that's the second thing you're going to have to be able to get right. The third thing you've got to be able to get right in order for it to make you lots and lots of money is get the prompts correct. So what we did here was we looked at prompt perfect as a tool for getting it right. So what were the prompts and what were the results? Well, first of all, you've got to be able to understand a bit of statistics. If you don't understand statistics, you've got a problem. So what we wanted to compare with and ensure we weren't curve fitting is, how did it do compared to our picks? So these were my January picks, and there's no point if AI can't outperform these in any event. And we also had to make sure, well, was it just luck? Were there any factors that were relevant? And how do you do that? Well, what we did is we asked it, take all the writings and education from Nobel Prize winners, academic literature, Warren Buffett, Eugene Fama, and all of this, and then come up with stocks. So that's what it came up with for July. Okay, for July going forward. We then said, well, what did you look at and how were these correlated to stock price performance? And it gave us a whole list, which was very reasonable. And then we said, well, pick a more sophisticated approach. And these were the stocks that came up. And I said, well, what was the sophisticated approach? And what it did there is it standardized several financial indicators and then produced a scoring system. So you're going to have an understanding of statistics. You're going to have an understanding of data, getting hold of that data, manipulating that data, asking the right questions. So ultimately, the question of whether or not can it replace human fund managers, in many ways, yes, it can, but it's in the same way as, can I replace a plumber? Yes, I can replace a plumber if I can be bothered to actually do the work of a plumber and get the tools and have the time and learn the skills. And I think that's going to be the fundamental point with this. Anyway, like and follow for more. I'll keep you updated how we progress with these picks, how we then have finessed them and got to the kind of names which confirmed our existing picks or gave us names which we hadn't thought of, but actually also make sense and look good as well. It's a very quick summary, but hopefully it's piqued your interest. So like and follow for more, and watch out for people imitating me on the internet and calling you out of the blue. I never do that. Okay, so be aware of that. alpeshpatel.com/links if you want to learn more. Thank you very much.